guys, Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mama of 5, homeschooling 3 of them, now ages 11, back to that in a minute, 13 and 17. So yeah, I normally say 10, 13, and 17, and my youngest daughter, has just turned 11 today. She'll be saying hi in a minute when she gets a second to come over here. No? Yes? No? Okay, she wants to come say hi. There she is. She's 11 now. Can't believe my youngest daughter is already 11. I have no kids, little kids. I haven't had them for a year at least.
You have cats?
I have little cats and little puppies. But yeah, no little kids anymore. But actually, it's a good thing. So if you're homeschooling younger kids right now and you're thinking like, oh, I can't imagine homeschooling middle school and high school, let me tell you, it's actually easier than homeschooling younger kids because they do a lot of the work themselves and they can come to you just for help or for assistance. And if you don't need to know the hard work necessarily, because there's different like classes you can sign them up for and things like that. But I love homeschooling middle school and high school and, well, upper elementary still for a bit. But she'll be going into grade 6 next year, which for some people is middle school. It's just frozen. She has a frozen pop. It's frozen. It's fine.
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, it's frozen. So this is a book haul. I actually have a cool story. So I saw on Facebook Marketplace that somebody was selling some homeschool resources, and so I picked out the ones that I could manage to get, that I wanted and that, were in my budget, and told them that that's what I would like. And they didn't live in our city, so they were coming to our city today, but I didn't have the money today, so they were like, oh, I'll just drop off the books. And I was like, okay, I'll pay you, in 2 days, no problem. And then they came and they gave me the whole set of books, not just the ones that I wanted to get, and said, here, they're for free. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, no problem. You can have them all. So I promised to pass on anything I don't use, but they're mostly all ones I plan to use. There were a few that I wanted, but, wasn't sure was in the budget, so, I can use almost all of them. So I wanted to share with you what I got in case they look like resources that you wanted to pick up for yourself or had never heard of, possibly. So, yeah, there's lots of living going on around me, so if you hear weird noises, that's what that is. So most of these are like workbook or textbook type things, but there's a couple other things. Hey, puppy. And a puppy walking around. Well, not so puppy. Old puppy. So this is Uncover the Human Body, and it's like half book, half activity, I guess you'd call it. So there's pages that tell you about the body, and then you can see like a 3D representation of the body right there. So you look at the skeletal system, it shows you the skeletal system. But then the skeletal system like folds over, so when you do the next section, well, that's still skeletal system, number 2. The digestive system, then the digestive system passes. Can you kind of see? Urinary system. So it's kind of cool that you can see the different systems, read all about it, and see the different parts as you go. So that looks really cool. We have done human anatomy, but just did like a short thing on it. Was it last year, I think, or early this year? I can't remember now. We're going to be touching on it again. It was last year? Okay. Touching on it again, so I'm all for human body resources, so that's really cool. As well as ones I would have liked to have, but said no to because I wasn't sure. These 2 books I'm going to show you together. They are kind of the same author. Well, there's 2 authors for both books, and one of the authors isn't on both books. Okay. Put this over here. So, these are Poems, Please, Sharing Poetry with Children by David Booth and Bill Moore. And then Poetry Goes to School, From Mother Goose to Shel Silverstein by Bob Barton and David Booth. So I'm still haven't like fully looked through these things, but it looks like they're a little bit of how to share poetry with your students/children, as well as some actual poems. Like the Poetry Goes to School talks about the significance of poetry, how to eat a poem, bringing the words to life, dramatizing poems, talking about poems, writing poetry, stuff like that. Even how computers can enhance poetry writing, so that's kind of cool. And then there's sections in the patterns in poems, poetry is wordplay, Mother Goose's family, painting images with words, hearing voices, uncovering the stories, exploring games and ceremonies, and responding through poetry, with some appendices. And then the Poems, Please is like, what is poetry, prose or poetry, what is poetry for children, how do poems work, there's more to it under each of these categories. Why should we share poems with young people? How do we teach poetry? Meeting poems face to face, reading poems to children, like how to read with emotion, pitch, pause, pace, emphasis, articulation, sort of stuff like that. Presenting poems, and when children write poems, and classroom concerns, which may not matter to me, but so I like that it's not just a book of poetry, they're books to teach poetry. So those were two that I was definitely going to get because those are awesome. All right, I got How to Write a Composition Writing Series, grades 6 to 10 by S&S Learning Materials. This is one of the ones I definitely wanted because I'm still trying to teach writing and I wasn't sure what it was like, but I thought it would look cool. It's very small, but it has like lessons in it. What is composition? Writing an exposition, writing a narrative, writing a description, and using the writing process. So it's very simple, like start, and it has like what they call them, graphic organizers and such. If anybody wants a more walkthrough of any of these books, let me know. I can absolutely do that. So some of these books were written in by the people that owned it before, but they're all in pencil. I could erase them, or I could remake them myself on Canva or something. It's not real hard. Most of this wasn't written. It was just a few spots. So I like that. One of the non-workbook things, my space atlas with lots of stickers and a giant poster, although I don't think the poster's with us anymore, but I don't even know if they already used the stickers, or I don't see stickers or a poster, but it's just a little, like, really thin book about space. We've done space a few times, but if we do space again, or it could be just something that someone could read on their own if they want. There's a couple spelling things, so I wanted to just find them all together so that you can see. One second. There it is. So there's two of these practice your spelling books, book 5 and book 6. I've never heard of these. These are Clark Longman publisher. That's it. I was looking for the word. So I'm not sure exactly if this is grade 5 and 6 or something different. But I think, I'm guessing that it's like kind of like grades 5 and 6. And so again, they wrote in a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Like different puzzles and things. We've found that lately, we're going to have a video about it, that spelling works better for us verbally. So I don't know that we'll use it the way it's intended, but we may use the words, may do the word things or verbally, or may not use it at all. I don't know yet, but I wanted to check it out. So there's 5 and 6. And Building Spelling Skills from Evan Moore, grade 6. And I do know that Evan Moore has great stuff, and they're usually out of my budget, so that's cool that we got an Evan Moore one for free. So this looks like the spelling words are a little beyond where we're at the moment, so that's good that we can work into them. Not work into them. Grow into them, that's it. We got spelling words over here and some activities. So those will be spelling things we could possibly use. And then I have McGraw-Hill Word Study and Phonics, grade 5. And looks like Franklin the Turtle on to me, but it's McGraw-Hill apparently. It's kind of thick, and it looks like it's got different things like comprehension, but also silent consonants like GN and GH in words that don't belong, or vowel pairs EE, EA, and AI, consonant pairs GH and PH, sounds of S, plurals changing F to V, things like that. Suffixes, ish, ship, and ness, roots. So it's like all kinds of word study like that. So I like that. That's kind of cool. So that's a possibility for using in the future. I'm going to run out of video time in this video. I have a couple of, what are these called? I guess kind of like unit studies, maybe. I had already had a couple of these that I got from like another source that I got, another video that I have or whatever. And so the same brand or whatever, these are Life Science Series S&S learning materials. Diversity of Living Things is the one I got, and Habitats, the ones that I got today. And what they are, basically, they're made for classrooms, but so they're meant to like reproduce, but you can write in them, or I could reproduce them and then pass them on to somebody else. But yeah, they're just the actual, like, you know, this is, you don't have to do it a certain day or anything, but activities to do to learn. So it has like instructions for the teacher, as well as like worksheets for the student, answers. So yeah, kind of like, so this has some stuff about the animal kingdom, which we've been learning, mammals, so like we might use some of the stuff out of this year. And then the Habitats one, we would like to learn about lots of animal things, so that's good. When this video gets cut off, I will find a way to go back to it, just maybe a little choppy, just so you know. This other one is not the same brand, but it is S&S learning materials, the human body. So again, we can use this, grades 4 to 6, when we go back to the human body. That's helpful. Alright, I also have a whole bunch of the, what are they called? Popular Book Company books, which I'm gathering out to show you. Yes, it is. I think that's... Alright, so this one's a little different, and it's grade 3, so I don't know if we'll use it, but Ontario Provincial Testing Practice. So in Ontario, they do, in schools, they do testing in grade 3. So this is supposed to be like practice for the grade 3 test. However, if it's not too easy, sometimes I'd like easier things, we may use it as like just backup extra work or something like that. This is very like... So, sorry about that, I got cut off. So I was just talking about the Ontario Provincial Testing Practice. So English and mathematics. So it's got like assessment of reading and writing. I don't know if I'll use this or not. Like I said, we're a little bit past grade 3. Some of this seems a little too easy, but we might try a few things and then pass it on. And then, so that's a popular book company. These other ones are also popular book company. So this is Canadian Curriculum Math Smart 6, grade 6. So we do learn math fast right now, and I don't have any plans of changing that. So I don't know that I'll keep these math ones, or if I do, I'll keep them as like backup extra work. I like this one's colored, but it's just a really, really thin one anyway. So like that might just, it's not even enough for a year. So I would probably just use this as extra practice if I felt like we needed it. We got Complete English Smart 6. And also Complete English Smart 6. I don't know what the difference is between these two. I think one is Canadian and one is... No, they both look Canadian. Maybe this is New Enriched Edition. Maybe this is just better. I don't know. So I gotta figure out what the difference is and figure out if I would want both of them. But, yeah, I think... I don't know yet what we're doing fully for English next year, but I was thinking of just sticking to a workbook and then adding in my own fun things to, like, supplement it, just to make it easier. So I don't know yet, but we may use these. Again, if you want a flip through of anything, let me know. And then I got the Complete Canadian Curriculum for grade 7. So this is math, English, history, geography, and science. I don't normally use these sorts of things lately because I like to keep things separate, but it might be good for Mom's Day off days. I've mentioned many times in my video about what we do for Mom's Day off when I'm too sick to, or in the hospital or something. So I guess I can link it in the description box again, but I need to make a new video. This is a little bit messed up, but this has some writing in it, but still could be plenty usable, I think. Oh, maybe not. This one's a lot more written in. So I may or may not keep this one. We'll see. I also have Complete English Smart 7. So I had English Smart 6, 2 of them, and I have English Smart 7. So we could do a couple of years of English Smart if we wanted to. And again, Advanced Complete Math Smart 8, which I probably won't use because I love Learn Math Fast. But, and it has some writing in it, so. Alright, I still got lots more stuff in here. I don't know what it's from, but it's in here. It's kind of cool. Not that. There's this chart, poster of a blank periodic table, and then it comes with stickers for each element. So next time when somebody's learning about the periodic table, we could use the stickers and stick each one on and help us learn. So I thought that was kind of cool. What's that? This was one of the ones I really wanted. Science Essentials, grade 5 to 6. So I think for next, I'm still planning, and we'll have videos on this, but for next year, instead of doing the science way we've been doing it, I may just stick with a workbook type thing and then add in like, you know, fun activities and science experiments and stuff, but like use the workbook to tell us what we're learning. So this one has different things in it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but it was one that I was hoping for to see. So, and it's pretty thick. This is sure to win science fair projects. I don't know if we can figure out how to do a science fair in homeschool. If you've ever done that, let me know. But I have, like, next year, I'm graduating one this year, so I'll do next year to homeschool. So if there's some way that they could do a science fair, that would be really cool. So it says, like, ideas. It's in color. Tells them a summer experiment, experimental procedure, what you need, conclusion, everything. My video is going to cut out on me again. That's very annoying. I will be back. I'm back. All right, let's try this again. Wacky Word Games. It's a very thin little book. And it's, let's see, I haven't even looked at this one yet. Some words about word games, so there's a little help, and then it's got like little, so like this one's called Fickle Pickle. What rhymes with spy? Eye, pie, necktie. Each word on the list has several picture rhymes. There are more than 40 possible answers. See how many you can spy. So you're supposed to see things that rhyme with spy, I guess? So, I don't know. Die. It goes around. I don't really know how this works. Oh, each word on this list. Okay, I gotta get it now. So each word on this list has several rhymes. So spy, what rhymes with spy? Then what rhymes with thin? Then fickle, like we find pickle, for example. Sing, king, that sort of thing. Oh my god, that rhymed again. A for alliteration, collection detectives. So like crates of, what would you, eights because it rhymes. Racks of, packs, bins of, I don't think it was sins, but that doesn't sound right. You get the point. So there's different ones here, so we could do these as a group or something like that. Science and Technology, grade 7, sample chapter, apparently. I thought it was a real thing, but it's just a sample chapter of Science and Technology, Ontario edition. So it says here, grade 7 has ecosystems, mixtures, heat, structures, and the Earth's crust. And this is a sample of ecosystems. So this is just a book all about ecosystems that we could at least use like as a little textbook to go with something else that we're doing, but it wouldn't work on its own. But yeah, it's all about ecosystems, which I think we're doing ecology this year, so this might come in handy. And it specifically says like Canadian biomes and stuff, which is cool. There's like questions and just like a normal textbook that's smaller because it's a sample. I can't believe how much stuff is in here. I got 7th grade skill builders reading comprehension. This is just a tiny little book to help with reading comprehension, which we do need to work on a lot in our house. So this is good. This will be helpful. I got, what's this? Passport to Adventure. Engaging activities in critical thinking and emotional development for adolescents, grades 7 to 8. Open-ended activities, skills in interpersonal independence, writing, problem solving, and motivation. Yeah, yes, please. Our homeschool needs this. So like, there's all kinds of stuff here. And writing activities, group work activities, I like that. Independent activities and testing activities. So this is like a writing activity. Says, in my crystal ball, you are a fortune teller. The adventurer from the novel or short story you've just read comes to you at the end of the story and asks you to foretell their future. What might the adventurer want to know about their future? Write the conversation you two might have. Or, Dear Pat, answer. In many newspapers and magazines, there's a problem solver. There's someone you could write to about a problem you have, etc. Pat, answer is quite a famous popular problem. How was I to read? Problem solver whose column is syndicated across Canada and is found in hundreds of newspapers and magazines. Assume the identity of either the protagonist or the antagonist in your novel or short story and write a letter to Pat Answer asking for her advice on a problem you're having. Or pretend you are Pat Answer and respond to the letter you've just received. That's just the writing ones. There's picture this, where you use magazines and cut things out. I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm definitely have to take a good look at this and mark the ones that I want to do. But this really sounds awesome. 2 little books here. Discovery Education, What is Energy? So next time we learn about energy, this could be a little nonfiction book on our shelf. This is confusing. It's a complete math smart little math book. 10 essential math skills for smart learners, grade 6. So it looks like a book, but it's a pamphlet. Like, it's really tiny. I think it's supposed to be like, you make sure you know your essential skills before you go on to the next grade, maybe? I don't know. A little cute little thing. Alright, I get the last couple of these out of here. And there's the fun part of figuring out where in my bookshelf they go. What do you know about science and technology? 101, or over 101 questions and answers. This is just a little book, a nonfiction book. About sound, forces and energy, materials, chemicals, man in space. So we could look this up for certain things that we're learning about. Computers. I don't know how old this book is, but yeah, it's a little old. Showing like a computer from when I was a kid. And a scanner and a printer separately.
It's like 20,000 years ago?
20,000, yes, I'm so old. Mighty Machine Spacecraft, a question and answer book. So it's got a whole bunch of questions as well, like this. I can't read backwards. Who was the first American in space? Who was the first person in space? And then questions like, for whom was the number 13 unlucky? Who was the first person on the moon? Which spacecraft is reusable? Who parachuted into the ocean? So space travel, that'd be a good book.
Keep blowing air in my face. It's making me cold.
Probably. We got a couple more left. We got another Evan Moore, Daily Paragraph Editing, grade 5. Even though we're in grade 5 right now, paragraph editing is something that I think we could use some extra practice in. So I think we'll do this next year after we practice some more grammar and rules and stuff like that. So it's like the IEW one, but a little bigger. So it's a paragraph that they edit, and the next page shows the answers. So they have to write down like where's the capitalization supposed to be fixed? Where's the it needs a comma, it needs a period, it needs a question mark, sort of thing. I'm assuming at the beginning of the book it tells you how to do that. Let's see here. Yes, it shows you proofreading marks and has a little editing checklist that you could print out, so that's cool. Discover solids, liquids, and gases, and discover work in machines. I have these. They're small little books. And reproducible pages with teacher's guide. So like, yeah, there's worksheets, crossword puzzles, and like science experiment worksheets and like explanations and stuff like that about those different topics. So like it'd be good for like a little unit study to help with that. This one here is word building and parts of speech, grade 3, reproducibles. It's not even barely a book. It's more like a flip chart. And the grade 3 for most part is possibly too easy. It depends. We might like go through a couple and just verbally say the answers and just see if it's too easy or if you want to use it. And it wouldn't take long to use it if we did. I have 1, 2, 3 more. I have Ontario Writing 2, Integrating Media Literacy, Writing, Social Studies, and Visual Arts. Obviously grade 2 is a bit long ago, and this looks like it's, I don't know if that means Canada or UK, but, and it's also mostly written in, so I don't know that we'll use any of this. I might pass it on to somebody who's in grade 2, and they can use the parts that aren't used. Telling and asking questions, compound sentences, the comma. So it's kind of like a grammar and writing thing for grade 2. Vocabulary workbook by Scholastic, or grade 5. Hope so. Most of these are grade 5 through 8 because that's what I need. Little short workbook. And the last one is machines and work as well, but grades 5 to 9. 20 activities teaching guide. Never heard of this brand, but it has a couple things that they, what's this? I don't know what that is, but it has transparencies, so like obviously we're not going to use that, but it has those things that you're going to put on the, what is that thing called? The overhead projector, or whatever the version of that they have nowadays is. We can still look at it though, it's just we don't need the transparencies per se, but and then some information about machines and work, which is something we probably should go over next year. So that is a lot, and I got all that for free. So thank you to that person, and thank you to whatever happened to help that person decide to give us it for free. And I will pass on for free anything that I don't want to use as a pay it forward type of thing. So let me know which of these items you would be wanting to check out for your homeschool, or anything that you want me to flip through, or any comments you have about the general gist of this thing, or if you want to send a happy birthday to my 11-year-old, she'd be happy to see the comments. That's it for today. Thanks. Bye.